Greetings, barbecue family. Welcome to another episode of the Backyard SmokeMaster BBQ Podcast.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy long Memorial Day weekend to you. We've got a very special episode today. We're going to talk about vegan barbecue and vegetables, getting vegetables out on the grill and the smoker. And I'm very pleased to be joined again by Paul from Paul's Grill.
Oh yeah,
We're
thanks for having
also,
me back.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, Paul, you guys, I tell you, the guys that I have on my show are some hard working cats. So Paul is actually, I think he's wrapping up. Are you doing a pop up? What do
I'm
you got?
actually pre-cooking right now. At Ficklewood Cider in Long Beach, they got comedy night tonight, opening up at 8 o'clock.
Oh wow, okay. So you're just getting ready to start
Oh yeah,
working. I mean, to start serving, but I know you've already been working,
yeah.
getting set up and
I got
everything.
stage one right here, and then I got the backup coming up, and
Nice.
ready to serve in there.
Absolutely. Okay. That is awesome. So I, really appreciate you, taking the time out to do this podcast. You're the ultimate in multitasking.
Oh yeah, I've been told that many times.
All right. And hopefully we're also hoping to get Mike from Bones Barbecue, hoping to get him on. So hopefully, he'll have a moment to get on. But I know he's got a lot going on too. In addition to with his business and everything, he's also got a newborn at home. So I
Yeah,
understand, if you
I know how
can't
that
make it.
goes. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's start this off. So, Paul, you reached out to me about a month ago, and this was after you had come on the podcast for the first time. And you had suggested to me that, that a cool idea for doing a podcast would be to talk about vegan barbecue, uh, vegetables. And I had, I'm just being straight up. For me, veggies has always, it's something that I aspire to do on the grill and the smoker, but I have to admit it is always kind of an afterthought. And then when it comes to vegan barbecue, I mean, I just have no clue. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, but I like for you to come on and talk about it. So tell me, first off, what is it that you're seeing that made you think about talking about vegan barbecue? Like, why did you think this would be a cool podcast topic?
Because when I first started here at Ficklewood, they suggested, and I had a lot of people come up to me if I had either vegetarians or vegan options, and I have never heard that.
Right.
I mean, I understand doing the mixed veggies, but when it comes to like the vegetarians and all that, like it cannot be cooked in the same grill. You gotta use your own separate utensils for everything. So I mean, I've tried it. I've been doing it since they brought it up. Trust me, it's a challenge because I mean, you're already everywhere, and I bought a cast iron, to kind of get it sautéed, a little bit, and then throw it in the smoker, and let the smoker do its thing. But I'm still learning myself, so I was reaching out to you because I was like, you know what, let's ask everybody out there and see if they've experimented or have any knowledge in this, because I definitely don't. I go, off the basics. We go get some, asparagus, some Brussels sprouts. You get me some, all three squashes. Some corn. Some coleslaw. But I mean, other than that, like
Right.
I,
So,
I was, I was left in blank.
okay. So actually, that's a great segue. Because I'd be remiss if I didn't say we definitely want to make this interactive. So everyone who's listening in, please come on in with your comments, with your questions, and like Paul said, if you have some thoughts about what type of vegan veggies, what type of fare really goes well on the grill and the smoker, definitely put them in the comments, because this can be educational for us as well. Um, so let me ask you, how often do you find yourself grilling veggies? I mean, is this something that you're having to encounter every time you do an event, or how often are you cooking veggies?
To be honest with you, because I'm here 3 days out of the week, I try something new every day. So that's how I came about. Okay, so we're thinking now, like in Spanish, we call it al vapor. So we're steaming. You get me? Instead of using butter, I'll pretty much season some water, and then I've been using a lot of Cajun seasoning, maybe some steak salt, to kind of give it that flavor. But there's no real, I'm still experimenting. But other than that, like that's where that's where I'm at right now. So I've everything I mentioned I've kind of done. I've kind of done a mixed veggie stir fry, um, some some you know cheesy, what's it called, portobello mushrooms. The three different squashes, the Brussels sprouts without the bacon. You know,
Mm,
but I just been doing everything smoked on steam pans or just a separate what's it called, the cast iron.
okay, okay. Now you hurt. I still have to get used to this, because you hurt my heart when you said the Brussels sprouts without the bacon. Okay, I have
Trust
to.
me, that
I
it's
have to.
weird.
I
You
have to
want
get used to that. Now, correctional officer for lockdown says Paul has hit a great point. Vegans will definitely inquire about the grills being used for
Oh, I
dishes.
yes, I've been asked. Like they really ask, cross contamination and all that.
Hmm.
It's like they're serious about that. I mainly, really watch out for the allergies. But
Okay.
when it comes to that, they're very, very picky. You get me? They're watching, making sure we clean the grates. You get me?
Right.
Like or switching it out. So that's why I came to interpret just a cast iron.
Okay. Have you thought about maybe bringing a separate grill, just for the veggies?
I can.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Bear with us, because Paul is working and he's interacting with folks. He's multitasking, guys.
Oh no, you
Live,
guys are good right now.
live Q in action. Gotta love
Pretty
it.
much.
All right. Correctional officer for lockdown says that veggie patties for grilling with vegetables. And actually, I was going to ask you about that. Do you have, okay, do you prefer veggie burgers or veggie sausages on the grill, or have you dealt with either at this point?
What I did was I tried to do veggie burgers with cauliflower. So it's almost, how they do the cauliflower, like mashed potatoes almost.
Yeah.
So I kind of try to do patties and everything, but I couldn't I couldn't hold it together. You get me? Like it's really hard.
Okay.
And plus, like, I don't really want to play with the ingredients because any slight mistake, they're not gonna want it.
Yeah. And Marco was also asking, if you have a smoked veggie burger recipe,
Later on
could
tonight,
be
bro.
delicious.
Later on tonight. So the hummus. I'm not too familiar with the hummus. I know about it, but I wouldn't know what to do with it, to be honest.
All right. All right. Um, well, at this point, what's your opinion? Like, what do you consider to be one of the most versatile veggies on a grill or smoker? So, like, in other words, which one can take a good smoke bath, and then which one is good for hot and fast?
The hot and fast is maybe like the veggie stir fry. What takes a lot of time and actually to soak up the flavor, I is the corn. I thought it would catch it, or absorb it a lot more, but it actually takes time, especially since I'm not using butter, it's pretty much, you know, I wrap it in a steam pan, so it's like all vapor, is cooked in vapor,
Yeah.
and then I open it and let it get the smoke flavor, but it does take a while.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I know, when I do take the time to do corn, I don't know. I usually start it off unwrapped on the smoker to try and get the smoke flavor. But I'm definitely no expert, when it comes to that.
well, in the Hispanic culture, we usually leave the husk on because
Yeah.
it tenderizes it, So that's how I do it.
And do you soak it? Do you soak it
Yeah, I
first?
soak it. Yeah,
Okay.
soak it in seasoned water, and yeah, I try to create my own broth in a way.
Oh, okay. So what kind of seasoning are you using to
So
season the
right now,
water?
I'm using a lot of like Cajun style seasoning.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and It's been a match with the veggies.
Now you already kind of touched on this, when you said that when it comes to the vegan barbecue, you have to be the folks are really careful, or they want you to be very careful in particular
Yeah.
about making sure that there are no cross contamination, keeping it separate. Um, sorry, actually, I was just looking at a message here from
From
Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, I had an emergency, but got things settled. I'll just be joining in here. My apologies. Absolutely no
Yeah,
apology
no
needed,
worries,
Mark.
bro.
No worries, Mike. Jump in, man. If you're able to come on in, because we're just getting started, and we're both trying to, get a little more education on this. Um, all right. Now, Marco says, I smoked corn last weekend. It worked great smoking it in the husk.
Yeah,
So sweet in flavor.
yeah.
All right. Now we got a message here from Joe Q Belly. He says, put the corn, remove the husk in a bowl and cover with a wet towel. Microwave for 5 minutes or so. Then you can take it to the grill over high heat for the grill marks.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm just kind of thinking, in your situation, especially if you're, so maybe I guess maybe this is something you could do before you get out there.
So what
You
I
know,
do, what I yeah, that's what I do. I pre-prep it, and then what I do over here is I bought a cast iron griddle almost. So I have one that is like a flat iron, and then the
yeah.
other one it gives me those marks, that he's talking about. Because if I place it on the grill, like let's say if I do it right now and I'm cooking chicken, and someone sees that, they're like these
Uh,
people, they're asking. You get me?
okay,
They're
okay,
watching, like they're serious. So that's what kind of made it like um, not a stressful topic, but it's just like it's new. You get me? So
yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out as fast as possible because these are pretty much lost customers.
Right, right. You want to make everyone
I
happy.
want to
You
make
want
everyone
repeat
happy. Yeah.
business. Absolutely.
The only thing,
Actually, oh,
the
go
only thing
ahead.
I keep honest is I don't think I can go as far as vegan. Yeah, I could push the boundaries to the vegetarian
Yeah.
side of it, but vegan is just too hardcore.
Okay. Okay. And actually, I was going to ask, in addition to, trying to, keep everything separate, what are the other like big challenges that you face, when it comes to satisfying that crowd?
My biggest challenge, thank you, bro. My biggest challenge pretty much is I outgrew my setup almost immediately.
Mm,
I wasn't expecting for it to be a hit. You get me? Like I never thought that I was gonna be in the position I am now at this time. So it's like I'm limited on space. So even if I pre-cook or do anything else, like like for example, see if I can turn this around. So you see, I'm cooking here, right? As I'm ready to serve, and then I have food in there that's servable.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
Uh,
uh, hold on real quick. I'll be
Okay.
back in about like half an hour. I'm actually on a live podcast right now.
All right, guys. So
Yeah, yeah.
while
Yeah,
Paul
give
is
me a second.
talking, let me take a moment to also remind those of you who are watching, we're also kicking off a new online membership barbecue community. So if you're interested, go to backyardsmokemaster.com/community and you can get more information about that. So you can see that on the bottom of the screen. That is on the ticker there. So you can get more information about the new membership, and it will be live by May 31st. And actually, inside tip, we're going to kick it off before May 31st. So we're just a few days away from getting that jumping off. So we'd love to have you in the community. Now, correctional
Awesome.
officer says a wok used over a kettle grill will work well for a stir fry. And I know woks are great, for high heat, extremely high heat cooking as well. So I think that's a pretty good tip.
Thank you.
Marco has a question, not a vegan question, but I'm smoking a pastrami brisket this weekend. What smoked veggies would you pair with it? That's a great question.
That is. Um, dude, honestly, I don't know. I would, for me, I would throw in some, the Brussels sprouts in there, but I would use the bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Old habits die hard, right?
How's it going, boss? Give me a second.
Absolutely.
I'm actually in the middle of a podcast right now. Oh, but I'll be open.
All right. And while we wait there, like I said, he is doing business out here. Let
Oh
me
yeah.
put this up here. Um, all right, so here's Mike from Bones Barbecue. He says, so the few times I've been asked about vegan options, what I've come up with is to do a Mexican style street corn. Just jumping in here, so not sure where we're at. Yeah, yeah, jump in, man.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
All right. Oh, and I was also going to ask you. So, in addition to, like what might go well with pastrami, like, do you have any thoughts about, what veggies go well with certain cuts of meat? Like maybe you've already found a good combination that you like.
Um, my favorite one, I gotta say, is the mixed zucchini. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do all three. And then I'll cube them up and pretty much give them a cool little fry. But I always add a little bit. I'm just on my personal. I
Yeah.
always add a little bit of the pork tallow, like whatever juices I have in the steam pan. I'll throw a little bit in there, right, and then finish it off in the cast iron, and boom, we call that.
All right. That sounds good. I like that. Getting in a little bit of that pork tallow. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, that and asparagus. I think
Yeah.
the asparagus, is always a great match
Yeah, I think asparagus goes pretty much well with anything, I,
with
I
anything.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Correctional officer says chickpeas are a staple to be used for a vegan dish. So that's another tip.
yeah, I've tried that. People really they called it cafeteria food for some reason.
Ah,
They weren't. They it would it didn't look too appealing to them.
Okay. Okay. And Joe at Q Belly says grilled broccolini is great.
Oh yes, yes. I've been doing that lately, and it's been a hit.
Now you mentioned that, since you've started incorporating, more vegetables, that it's helping you to grow even faster than you anticipated. So this is like something that is definitely going to be part of your routine moving forward, I take it.
Because of where I'm at right now and the partnership that I have with Ficklewood. So it's pretty much, um, from what I was told, they want to partner up because they don't serve food here. They do ciders. They have
Okay.
award-winning ciders, and they're actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm not. Like they're they're pretty good.
All right.
You always
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
have a little bit when you barbecue. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely.
they want this to be almost like my brick and mortar, so they want it to be permanent. So it's
Okay.
like if I'm gonna do that, I eventually have to have
Yeah.
that in consideration in the menu.
Right. Right. You got
So
to
right
have
now,
that
like my
variety.
menu is everywhere, but it's like I'm just experimenting, and it just goes back to the freestyle cooking at its finest. I'm just messing everything up until I figure it out.
That sounds all right to me. Because experimentation, that's what I'm constantly, encouraging people to experiment. Don't be afraid to mess up. Learn from what works, what doesn't work. Go from there.
Yeah.
I was also going to ask you, so since they're encouraging you to, have like a diverse offering, what about other things? Like, are you experimenting with desserts?
Oh, I'm not a baker.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I
Not
can't. Yeah.
not messing with the desserts.
No, because a
All
lot of
right.
people ask me like, "Where's the cornbread at?" Like some cheesecake or something. Oh, that I'm not no expert on that.
All right. Okay. Okay. I
I
hear
was,
you.
when I first started, I didn't even do the sides.
Yeah.
You get me? I had my grandmother help me, and then one day I just was watching and watching all they do. My grandma is not gonna help me forever. I kind of take it to my pop ups, and what if I ran out and I need to do an emergency on the spot?
Right.
So it took me months, like to get down the mac and cheese, my flavor and the mashed potatoes and everything. So now it's like I do everything by myself.
Nice.
Thank you,
Love
thank you.
it.
But I
Self.
mean, with everything being so busy, I don't have time to learn the baking stuff right now.
Okay. Okay. No, I love it though, man. Self-taught with determination. That's great. All right. Now, Mike says, also thought some loaded potato skins.
Oh yeah, I don't peel my potatoes. People love it.
Yeah.
People love it.
All
That
right.
and the what I'm trying to figure out is vegan cheese.
Hmm.
Vegan cheese, because some of them they'll let like the cheddar and all that, the dairy product. Some of them will let it pass, but again, the hardcore ones they really want what is it? What kind of cheese is it? Let me like tell me, or else I'm not gonna buy it.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Yeah. Like I said, people always asking me, when are you going to start doing pop ups? I'm listening to all this and I'm just thinking, whoa, I don't know if I can handle all of that.
That's one thing, man. I work amazing under pressure. For some reason, that's where I feel like I'm at my best. When
Okay.
I first started how to cook and all this, I used to work at a hotel. So I used to do banquets,
Yeah.
all that. So I'm used to it. So it kind of just helps. It comes in hand with the stress, and
Gotcha.
it balances out.
All right. Now, Q Belly's also, well, correctional officer was responding to Q Belly's. He said with olives too. So I think maybe that was in response to the grilled broccolini.
Oh, okay.
But Mike says, what about pairing with potato salad?
That's one thing I still have a flaw in. I could do a good mac salad, but the potato salad, I'm still practicing on that one.
All right. And actually Bruce, aka correctional officer for lockdown, says, Paul, have you tried making, and I know I'm gonna butcher this, is it falafels? How do you say that?
I have no idea. I don't know what that is.
Okay. I don't know what that is either, Bruce. Can you
Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday.
let us know what that is? If my daughter Erin was on with me, she
Right,
would
right,
look
local
that
dish.
up for me.
Right here, right here.
All right. Picking up there for Paul. All right. Marco says, just uh, commenting also that potato salad, that would be great. And then Mike says, speaking of desserts, I offer banana cream pudding. It's a hit too, completely homemade.
Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, we've got Paul from Paul's Grill. He is multitasking. He's doing some prep work for an event that's about to kick off in a little bit. Tell us again exactly where are you at?
I'm in Long Beach, in the corner of Broadway and Lime. Here at it's called Ficklewood Cider. Let me check, see if I can spin this around. So it's out here. It's a nice little spot. You know, we got Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles down there.
Okay, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah,
I've been to that Roscoe's a few times.
yeah, and then we got another one. Sushi Mafia is really good over across the street.
Nice.
Yeah, usually right now, it's empty right now, but this place be getting packed.
All right, guys. So if you're nearby, if you're in the Long Beach area, Southern California, roll through.
Yeah, I'm here every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and
All right.
evenings, and then Saturday all day. I'm excited.
Okay. So tomorrow you'll be there from when to when?
I'm here from noon till 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. And
Yeah,
do
and
you?
then usually Thursdays, Fridays, I'm here at 5 till last call is 8:30. Close at 9 o'clock.
All right. And do you have any help?
No, it's just me.
Just you.
Yep.
So tomorrow you're gonna be there from noon to 10 p.m.
Uh huh.
manning it all on your own.
Yeah, and then before I get here, I have my post in South Central on Figueroa and 82nd. I'm there every Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays all day from 9 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening.
All right. Wow. I'm impressed, brother. I'm impressed. All right. No pressure. No pressure, Bones Barbecue, but um, Joe is calling you out saying, Mike, get on the live. So yeah, Mike, if you can, if you got the time, if things have settled down, love to have you, man. Just jump on in. Jump on in. All right, Bruce, aka correctional officer, says juice drinks when serving vegan dishes can help too. Carrot juice, etc. Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Okay, and that's another thing that popped up with the cider. The cider is it's clean, dry cider, sugar free. So they're already like incorporate all that in the drinks. Like I don't bring any drinks out here, so I bring the food and they serve all the. And I'm telling you, they're pretty good. You could drink
Yeah.
all this stuff, it gets you messed up, and you have no hangover tomorrow. So if that's healthy, yeah, give me some more of that stuff, man.
Right, right. All right, Joe says, geez, that's a brutal schedule, bro. Props. Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. I mean, it's the hard work that's finally paying off. Trying to finally book more caterings now.
Yeah.
My first one was for 125 people, and it was
Nice.
just me and one other person, and we killed it, man. Everybody loved it.
That's great. That is awesome. All right, correctional officer. Okay, he's got some information on this for us for the falafels. I hope I'm saying that right. He says it's a Mediterranean dish that uses deep fried patty shaped fritters. They look like meatballs and are usually placed in a wrap of pita bread.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. Now what about marinades, sauces? Like have you tried to do any vegan sauces or marinades?
I'm not even to that level yet. I'm
Not
still
not
trying to
to
figure.
okay.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the whole menu wise of just of cooking it.
Right.
So it's like right now, yeah. If anybody has any suggestions of what we could use or brands, again back to even the vegan cheese, like that'll be awesome. I have chicken, hot links, and I have some rib tips. On my plate start is 25, but I'll be open.
I love it, man. I love a brother that's dedicated, acts to the grind.
So you get your choice of protein,
So
two
Paul
sides.
is definitely,
Choice of protein, two sides.
he's representative of what true passion and love for barbecue, looks like, especially when you're trying to do it,
I'm sorry.
as a living. So
Uh,
that is impressive.
yeah, 8 o'clock we'll be going like fully open. Okay, sorry about that. All right, sorry about that, guys.
No problem. No problem. All right. Marco says, do you have any direct heat wood charcoal cooker recommendations? Okay, so this is more general.
For me personally, I use a Santa Maria grill,
Okay.
and then for the indirect, I just use the offset smoker. Well, that's exactly what I'm using right now, the Santa Maria grill.
Yeah. And those are they, I assume they're both like custom, are they both
Yeah,
custom
my
built?
trailer is custom to my style of cooking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So just, piggybacking on that. So again, let's see. Do you have any direct heat, wood, charcoal recommendations? So Marco, there's a ton of things that you can choose from, a lot to consider. So you're saying you want to do direct heat with charcoal and wood. I don't know if you already have a grill or anything. I always recommend if you're just getting started out, I would recommend go easy, keep it cheap. Maybe just, go get a Weber kettle, 22
Yeah,
inch,
I
you
agree.
know. Yeah, that's a good way to start. It's versatile. You can do any style of cooking that you want with a Weber kettle, direct heat. You can do indirect, smoking, low and slow, hot and fast. And, every accessory imaginable is available for the Weber kettle.
Oh yeah, those things are amazing.
Right. And you can get started, with, 150 bucks and you're off and running. Okay. So let me ask you, do you have any tips for grilling vegetables or tofu to perfection, or have you even messed with tofu?
No, that's another one of my things that I've been so curious about it, but I just been so busy to actually venture off. Like I wouldn't know where to start.
Okay. Um, but do you have any tips just in general for grilling vegetables? Like, yeah, like how do
Um,
you know you're doing it right? Or is there a certain, like, are you looking for a certain consistency, tenderness with your veggies, or do you need them to have a little bit of snap? Like, what are you looking for when you're
for
grilling
me, I like
veggies?
I like a soft crunch. You get me? Like it's almost like it tenderizes with the first bite, but once you get like in the middle, you start getting that crunchy. So it's a nice balance. It's not too soggy.
Okay.
So what I
And
do when it comes to that is I'll grill it, right, and then I'll let it sit in the indirect smoker, and I'll put it on the backside.
okay.
Way, the farthest from the fire.
So you're grilling when you're starting off. Like what are you estimating your temperature of your grill probably is?
I try to keep it between the highest. 275, so I can mark it down. Once it starts going down and it drops to where I want it, between like 250, maybe 245, I like it right there. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm running around everywhere. I feel like the medium heat just works best. So if it dies down, I can pick it up, and if it's too
Right.
high, I'll just open the, I either pick it up in the Santa Maria grill, or I'll open the firebox and let some of the heat, come out, and it
Okay.
always.
So you're not, yeah. So you're not really doing like a super high heat temperature because you don't want things to get away from you.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Right. And then so when you're starting it off that way around 275 ish, about how long do you think you're keeping your veggies on before you move them to the smoker?
I want to say at least like 12 to 15 minutes. You get me?
Okay. Yeah.
Just so it gets that that char. I like to get that char look and flavor on there.
Right.
So that's another thing I learned from the hotel is like barbecue is it's kind of hard to dress. Like it's not a pretty plate. Like you
Yeah.
gotta
Okay.
you learn once you learn to play with the colors and placement and dressing of the plate. With the greens and the yellow of the corn. The white of the onions, and you play around with it. You make a barbecue plate look beautiful.
And I'm guessing that the folks that are really the vegan folks, that population, I'm guessing that they expect it to look nice, to look pretty, right?
That's how I ended up on without knowing. I ended up on the Long Beach food scene post.
Nice.
There was this guy, elegant guy. He came up to me, and for some reason, like my gut feeling, like I was just like, this guy is super bougie, like you know, like he looked like he was gonna judge me, man. Like that.
Yeah.
That's how it looked. So I followed my gut feeling, and gave him the nicest cut of the brisket. Make sure the smoke ring was on point. Added some of the juice. I dressed the mac and cheese. I put some shredded tri-tip on top with some jalapenos. Like I try to like really, really, like was impressing this guy for no reason. Like it was just that
Just your
feeling. Like
gut feeling.
this guy's gonna judge me hard.
Right.
And I was even asked. I was like, why did you serve him different? And I was like, I don't know. Like I just followed my gut feeling. And then the next day, the guys here at Ficklewood, because I don't really follow Facebook, but it's a good article in I guess in the wealthy community here in Long Beach, where they share good eat places.
Okay. Okay. So that paid off.
I'll
That's
be
what,
opening
yeah.
at 8. Yeah. Yeah, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, bro.
All right, let's see what we can get in before we cut you loose, Paul, because I know you got a lot going on. Um,
Yeah, so I was told Missy Elliott's gonna be here at Roscoe's too, so there's a bunch of traffic right now.
what?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. Wow. Okay, that would be sweet if she rolled through.
that'll be awesome.
Absolutely, man. I hope you got somebody there to take some pictures.
Yeah, I'll cook, take pictures, and everything at the same time. You already know.
That's right. All right. Now Noinks says I have an S&S dripping griddle. Yeah, that's a great accessory, and it's one of my most used accessories. I grill onions and peppers for my burgers yesterday. I cook the veggies first and then spin to the indirect side. Yeah, that's an awesome accessory that'll work really well, on a kettle. I know they also have a version for the Summit Kamado, and I'm guessing they probably have one that fits like on the Kamado Joe Big Green Egg as well. So that's a great accessory, and that'll also allow you to yeah, to do some veggies, and then you can also, like, if you are concerned about keeping separation between your veggies and your meat, something
Yeah.
like that will help as well.
Yeah,
And then,
I'm eventually have to upgrade my setup soon,
yeah,
soon.
like what are you thinking about?
Actually, getting a professional offset. You know, when I first started, I just got a what is it called, the char the charbroil offset
Yeah.
smoker or the char griller.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I ended up getting. I mean, when I started, I didn't know what I was doing, and once I figured it out, I gutted it, stripped it, made it an indirect offset, and changed it up. But again, I outgrew it almost immediately.
Yeah. Again, that's that determination, guys. You see it? That determination. He
Yeah.
took it and modified it himself to make it into what he needed. I love it. All right. Noik says, I do love the colors that freshly sauteed veggies provide. And correctional officer says, curry along with nuts and berries are part of vegan dishes too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would have to educate myself on that too.
Right. Right.
I know they use a lot of nuts and like the seasoning and stuff, but I'm just not familiar. Like the pistachios, and I seen almonds, peanuts, like all crazy types of stuff. Even sunflower seeds.
Oh, wow. So there's definitely a lot of space for experimentation,
Yeah.
when you go down that road. Um, are there any specific vegan brands or products that you would recommend for grilling?
That's actually the question I'm looking out for everybody else. I need the help on that too.
All right, guys. So if you're any vegan folks out there watching, or if you know somebody, put that in the comments too. We need to know what are the go-to vegan brands or products, that would help us out for grilling. And then, do you have a favorite rub that you use for grilling with vegetables? Or I think you already said it a few times. You like to go with the Cajun
With the
rub.
Cajun, yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of people surprisingly they were asking for spice. So what I stopped doing is I stopped using the paprika to give it the pretty red color, and I started using what is it called? Started using ground cayenne red pepper,
Okay.
and then I'll do some chili flakes. But I also like experimenting with sauces. So I
Yeah.
created a spicy sauce. I call it the hangover killer. So in
Love it.
Spanish, the Spanish is called a mata cruda. You
All
know
right.
how everybody's looking, to sweat it out the next day and
That's
everything.
right.
So what I did is it's three chilies. It's chili habanero, chile de árbol. Um, I did what is it? Chipotle adobo, and three drops of the. It's called the bomb.
Nice. Now,
Yeah,
see, I think I could go for that would probably get me to try some vegan fare. If you add in some of those spices,
yeah,
help kick it up. I can see that. I can see
yeah.
that.
So that how's it going, man? Thank you, bro. All right, man. I'll open in 10 minutes. Yeah,
All right.
and then so what I did too, I incorporate my sauce. The mild spot sauce is a chipotle adobo barbecue, and I use that to mix and the ingredients to make the coleslaw, and it's actually been a killer hit.
Okay. And Joe says marinate some squash in, is it Maggie's overnight, then grill. So good.
Okay,
So,
how's it going,
so
bro? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. And
and
then
yeah,
I
go
see
ahead.
the correction officer too. He said pita bread. That's actually been a hit. Like I've done
Yeah.
that. I've done that, but with pulled pork, pulled like it has nothing to do with veggies. But I can see how you can incorporate what does it call it when like a pita roll. or something, like something like that. Because
Hmm.
I seen someone sent me this. It was a mixed veggies, but with cheese. So cheese, but again, it goes back to the vegetarian cheese. Like I really need to look into that because everything I've seen looks so bomb, and everyone's looking for that cheese pool.
Right. Right. All
So
right.
I think that with that hummus, see all these we
Oof,
might put all these ideas together.
that sounds cool. All right. I'm not gonna say this too loud. I'm just showing the comment for you guys. Correctional officer has his eyes on a smoker soon. So I'll just leave it there.
Nice.
And thank you, Bruce. Everyone, if you're watching, please do me a favor, help us out. Like the podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're listening or watching on a replay, if you're listening, on your favorite podcast platform, maybe take a moment, put a review in there. That'll help us out a lot. So I definitely appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to let you go, but I have, let's see, maybe two more questions for you, unless some other folks chime in with something. Um, do you think that veggies will ever overtake meat as the preferred choice for backyard barbecue?
It's impossible, man. It's
Okay.
impossible.
I love that answer. I was going to be stunned and shocked if you said that you thought that veggies would overtake meat. So,
Yeah, no,
uh,
no,
all
no.
right. All right. I
I'm a
feel
big boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
that's right. That's right.
I'll incorporate in there, but to take over, nah, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're on the same wavelength. You haven't lost me. All right. All right. Now, okay. So, what's one or a few veggies that people seem to be unaware of, but is delicious when grilled or smoked?
I'm not sure. I mean, to be honest, the portobello mushroom is fire. Like, that's been my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So, nothing really underrated, but yeah, the what was it again? What type of mushroom?
the portobello mushrooms, the big
Portobello.
fat ones. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
Okay.
accept.
So I'm gonna keep that in mind, but I'm gonna use it the next time I do, like a chicken dish. I'm gonna
Oh yeah,
incorporate
yeah, yeah, yeah. Most
incorporate it
definitely.
with that.
You can do them whole. You could chop them up. Like it's bomb.
Cool, cool. Well, Paul, I know you're getting ready to open up, and I know things are gonna get really busy for you. So again, man, I really appreciate you coming on while you're getting prepped and ready to go. Definitely, if you're able to come back on the podcast, you're welcome anytime. If there's a topic you want to talk about, the door is always open to you.
Appreciate
That
that.
goes for Joe. If he's still watching, you can come back on anytime. And if Mike wants to reschedule, I'd love to get you guys all on so we can chop it up, and talk barbecue together. So do appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, that'll be amazing, man. Because again, like all the advice, like me, I like for everyone to win. Like I mean, again, like I've invited people to come sell next to me, and like for me, it's all one love, community, and unity. You get me? Like
Absolutely.
the more we can learn from
Absolutely.
each other, the better.
That's right. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's how we all get better. We all get more, informed by sharing our experiences, together. The
Yeah.
good, the bad, the ugly, the wins, the losses, it all helps us along the way.
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys. Well, I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, but we will be back next week with another episode, same time, same platform. Joe says he will take me up on that offer. So yeah, Joe, just let me know whenever you're ready to come back on, man. You know, like I said, the door is open. Door is open to all of you guys, as well as everyone watching and listening. Appreciate you tuning in with your tuning in and coming in with your comments and everything. So this is Kenyatta Robinson. Thanks again to Paul from Paul's Grill. Check him out. He's in Long Beach, right down the street from Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And who knows, you might see Missy Elliott, you know, if you roll through tonight. So
Oh,
this is Kenyatta Robinson signing off for the Backyard SmokeMaster BBQ Podcast. Take care. Get out there. Use your grills and smokers. Have a great Memorial Day. And actually, this was one more thing I wanted to mention before we get out of here. Actually, I intended to talk about Memorial Day. I know it's a long holiday weekend, and everyone considers it to be, you know, the kind of the start of summer, the so-called start of the barbecue season, even though I say it's year-round.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
all year
but
round.
Memorial Day was actually originally called Decoration Day because of a tradition at the time to decorate graves with flowers, wreaths, and flags. It's a day to remember those who lost their lives in military service to the United States. It was first observed in May 1868 after the Civil War to recognize the sacrifices of the Civil War soldiers. The first national commemoration was held at Arlington National Cemetery, where 5,000 participants decorated the graves of more than 20,000 soldiers. New York was the first state to declare Memorial Day as a legal holiday in 1873. By the late 1800s, several states declared Memorial Day as a legal holiday. In 1971, Congress passed the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, which established that Memorial Day would be celebrated the last Monday in May. So, again, have a great Memorial Day weekend and remember the reason why we are celebrating. Take care. I'll see you soon. Thanks again, Paul.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
Yeah,